All right. Hello, everyone. Feel like it's been a minute. We're here with Mel Doerr for our Thursday night show. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
I'm good, just a little vertigo, but other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah, the energy's been so intense, obviously, lately, too, right?
No, there's been so much going on. Um,
Yeah.
I didn't have my Aloha shirt on. I'm still at the office, but I made it. I was thinking that, you know, uh, because of what's going on with what Trump is doing in Venezuela, and of course, nobody's shedding any tears that Maduro has gone.
Mm,
But in my opinion, it's one dictator removing another.
right.
But uh, you know, um, but it's still wrong. Trump should had no business with the snatch and grab.
Well, right. I mean, do we just go in and kidnap leaders from sovereign nations,
Well,
right?
what
Would
would
that have
we
been
do
okay?
if somebody did that to us?
Well, I'd
You
be okay if somebody took Trump.
well, I get
They
that.
can have him.
Essentially, it was an act of war, in my opinion,
Mm,
that the United States committed. The other part of it is, it's one illegitimate president taking out another.
yeah.
But then this whole thing in Minneapolis, uh, the Jonathan Ross, the ICE agent who murdered Renee Good, they told her to leave. She was backing up trying to leave. I watched the video footage.
I
And
did.
then Christy Noam and Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security, tried to say that that this woman driving away was a domestic terrorist and that it was her fault. She was doing nothing except trying to drive away. And the guy
Well, the whole
shot her.
administration and cabinet are saying that. And
Oh,
I agree with you. I saw the video as well. It was them targeting her and murdering her. They wouldn't even allow medical people to go to intervene.
well, I've decided I'll still wear my Aloha shirts, but maybe a black t shirt underneath. And I'm going to wear black daily until this Trump regime is gone, until all this ICE stuff stops. It will
Yeah.
be my protest against what ICE is doing to innocent Americans, and what Trump is doing to our allies and our NATO friends. You know, it's just ridiculous. When I read about what Trish McLaughlin said, then they're trying to spin it now, saying that this Jonathan Ross had maybe last year or something tried to arrest somebody, and he held onto the car, and the guy drugged Jonathan Ross, and Jonathan Ross was injured. So trying to say that's why he shot, Renee, because it's something that happened to him in the past. You know what? That has nothing to do with this. It's a spin. You know what
Well,
I'm
she
saying?
was clearly trying to get away from him. He was the one that jumped in front of the front end of her car
Yeah,
and
and they
escalated
told her
it.
to leave. Well, he was standing beside of it. He didn't even jump in front of it. He was
Well,
standing
they
beside it.
were running. There was an officer right ahead of I don't. There was like two of them. One was to the side trying to open up her door, and then the one that shot her literally ran right up to her front end of her vehicle.
Correct. So they were in no danger of being hit, and the ICE agents are the ones that told her to leave. And they said, "Oh, well, she was trying to use her vehicle as a weapon." No, she was just letting people know that ICE was there, and they told her to leave, and she was backing up, and she was trying to leave.
Yeah.
And then when they shot her, yeah, you see her car accelerating because she was dead, and her foot probably hit the gas pedal. You know.
Well, now they're not allowing um, Minnesota or local police to investigate. They're sending the FBI in there to cover everything up.
Oh, well, Cash Patel will cover it up. But here I've got this. It says Trish McLaughlin, Assistant Secretary, Department of Homeland Security, told the Minnesota Star. Now, this is from the Minnesota Star in an email. It said that the Star Tribune should be ashamed of themselves for their reckless behavior, and they should delete their story about what happened. Oh, really? They told the truth. Uh, uh, they're saying that they should delete the story about the agent who murdered Renee Good, um, and uh, and this Tricia McLaughlin said that the newspaper should be ashamed for their reckless behavior. Who? What? I mean, who's reckless here? ICE is.
Yeah.
Um, um, Tricia McLaughlin said, grab this one, that Jonathan Ross acted according to his training. Oh, so your training is shooting somebody in the head through an open car window? Hello? She said he acted according to his training and said he is an excellent marksman and has been serving his country his entire life. It still doesn't give him the right to murder somebody.
Well, that's what Trump wants. He wants ICE to be his own personal military, right?
Right. I mean, it was clearly an abuse of power. It was, you know, killing innocent people. I mean, she posed no threat at all.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think that was clear.
And
the thing is that they can try to spin it all they want. How many different video footage do we all have to see? You know?
What do they think? We're stupid and we don't see the video footage? Hello?
Yeah, exactly. But I do feel, even though the FBI will try to, you know, cover everything up, I feel the killer, Justice, I see jail time for him.
So do I. I was just going to ask you, what's going to happen to Jonathan Ross, the guy who shot her? I see him prosecuted. And my feeling is the name Renee Good, the one who was murdered, 37-year-old mother, in my opinion, she's an American hero. And she's going to be a battle cry for all of us who are opposing Trump and his regimes rounding up innocent people and sending them to concentration camps.
Yeah.
You know, there are better ways to get rid of people in this country who, you know, who don't have immigration papers and who have committed crimes, rather than rounding up groups of people who are innocent. And they keep saying, I heard Kristi Noem say, all these people that are being arrested are criminals, da 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 da. Studies show that 97% of these people that are being rounded up and sent to concentration camps have absolutely no criminal background whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely.
Other than the fact that they were here for years without, you know, green cards, but they've worked, they've paid taxes, they've done this. It's ripping apart families. And I also think the mayor of Minnesota, I can't think of Minneapolis, I can't think of his name right now. In my books, you know, he's a hero. I like what he said. He told ICE, get the out of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Absolutely. And I don't see the protesting dying down anytime soon.
Nope.
It's going to be just like George Floyd.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that was in Minnesota as well, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think so.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, we're starting 2026 with a bang, right?
Oh, well, we're going to have more incidences. And
yeah, I feel like the craziness is not stopping anytime soon.
But, you know, if the protests turn violent, then Trump can use that as a reason to send in the National Guard. But you know what? He can't send the National Guard everywhere. And people have had it. They have had it. Yeah. Even people who don't like Trump have had it.
Well, I agree. I think everybody's just exhausted.
And I think it was the House or the Senate, I don't know, but that there was a vote. And like Susan Collins, she's a senator, right?
Susan, yeah.
Okay, it was the Senate who voted against Trump today to limit what he's doing in Venezuela. And then Trump said he would veto it. Well, he can veto it, but they can take it back to the Senate and override his veto. So there you have it.
Well, and also today in the House, they passed the ACA subsidy extension for 3 years.
Oh, good.
Mhm. So, as I've been predicting,
and now Trump is
not
saying,
truly enough, but there's even some Republicans starting to stand up to him.
and now Trump is saying, well, we have to win the midterms because if not, the Democrats are going to impeach me. Yeah, you got
You
that
think?
right, Donald. They certainly are.
You think?
Yes, duh. And I
I
got
don't think he'll even be around for after midterms.
I got news for him. There's going to be some Republicans waiting in line to impeach him as well.
Mhm. Oh, for sure. I really see this whole thing imploding sooner rather than later, like
You've
within
been,
the next few months. I really do.
you've been saying that for a long time. So,
Yeah. I feel like this spring is going to be very significant.
oh, okay, good.
And I shared too. I don't think I shared it with you, but I know that you've been having those dreams about Trump passing away. And I had a vision end of December. I talked about it with my last show with Ness. We were looking at 2026. I had a vision, and he was translucent and like waving, and it reminded me of like a memoriam, like he passed away. So interesting. I'm kind of picking up. I don't know if it's happening like soon, but I mean, God, look at him. Look at his press conference when he kidnapped the leader in Venezuela and did the invasion. He's not doing well at all.
Well, I think he's taking too many aspirin.
Yeah, well,
His turned black because of the bleeding under the skin.
they're giving him stimulants too to keep him awake.
Oh God. Oh boy.
Right. So we'll talk about everything going on, but we kind of jumped right into it. Is there anything that you have going on, Mel, that you want to promote before we get started with some of the questions? Got some questions started here.
Well, I've got there's 4 openings left on the Danube. It's on the Riviera deck. That's the bottom deck of the ship. The cabins are smaller, but that's all that's available.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. That's in May. I've got Iceland coming up in August. That's August 8th, and that's going to be a trip for 7 days and to see the eclipse. And I think its totality is going to last about a minute and a half in Reykjavik. And then in September, the trip to the Galapagos, that's September, I think, 8th to the 15th. And that's a few days in Quito. And then we fly to one of the islands. We get on the boat there. And we visit five of the Galapagos Islands and to see the wildlife. And that's going to be an incredible trip.
Yeah.
Then you and I have our thing coming up. So
yes, we're planning something in Gettysburg for June.
That's right.
We'll make an announcement with details when we have that all put together, hopefully here soon, I feel.
Yep. I'm just waiting for the hotel to get back to me to let me know rates and stuff. I'll call them again tomorrow. I called them yesterday, but I'm still waiting, but I'll give them a call again tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And what else? My friend Nancy Regan and I are going to talk about maybe doing a day-long class here at my office.
Nice.
Does energy healing, and I would, then I would do maybe half the day on intuitive development, things like that. So yeah, there's a lot coming up.
Yeah, I'll just say for Gettysburg, we are planning like a ghost hunting and like a haunted history trip. I do have quite a bit of people that have already reached out to be notified when we do make announcements. So if you'd like to be notified for our Gettysburg trip in June, send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. It's in the description box with your contact information, and we'll make sure to reach out whenever everything's all set up for that. Like I said, I think here soon will be pretty good to start talking about it more. And for myself, I think I have one opening for my Reiki class this Sunday, and it's on February 1st. So the 11th of January and the 1st. If you're interested, sign up on the website. I'm looking forward to meeting all my Reiki students this weekend. For my members, on Monday, we have our Reiki and prayer circle. Just a reminder, 7 p.m. Eastern. Anybody interested in becoming a member can join that. And I have some openings for readings and Reiki sessions actually I have some openings this month and going into February. So check out the website if you're interested.
There you go.
And please make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, go to Mel's channel, subscribe. If you could leave a comment even after the video post, it really helps with the YouTube algorithms. All right, my friend, where do we want to get started with everything going on? I know we already covered some stuff, but let's see. Do we want to take a look at the ACA bill? I think there were 17 Republicans in the House that voted for it. So we'll go to the Senate. I feel it passing the Senate, but then the thing is Trump passed it. I think it puts a lot of pressure on Trump to sign something, rather than just letting all of the subsidies lapse. But what are you picking up with that?
Well, I got a feeling it'll pass the Senate, but then if Trump vetoes it, then I think there's a way to override a veto, and so ultimately it'll end up passing, I feel. So I think he's having a fit because there's some Republicans in the Senate that didn't do his bidding, but I see the ACA holding up for a while.
Yeah. I was picking up last year that there was going to be delay. I didn't think it was going to pass before the end of this year, but I saw something going through with it.
It kind of amazes me that, getting off the topic a little bit, he's talking about America's running Venezuela, but yet, Donald, the economy here is going to hell and back. It's in shambles. Our healthcare costs are sky high. Our prescription costs are sky high. We're paying buku money for groceries, and yet you're worried about running some other country when you can't even run this one.
Right. Well, and isn't his base all about America first?
Oh, and now it's make Venezuela great again. Hello.
Right.
Make Venezuela great.
I think the suffering is the point with him and with these Republicans. I think they just get off from seeing people lose health insurance and starve and be brutalized and murdered, right?
Right.
They're just sick. People are saying it's not passing the Senate. Well, there's another government shutdown at the end of the month, so I would say we still have some time. I see something.
If it doesn't pass the Senate, but I still see the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, in place. So even if it doesn't pass the Senate, I don't know what recourse. Maybe it goes back to the House. But if it doesn't pass the Senate, there's going to be a lot of senators come midterm that Republican ones that aren't going to get voted in. That's for sure.
Well, I know that. Do you think we're going to have a government shutdown at the end of the month?
I do, briefly.
I was feeling that way, but the last couple of times I wrote on it, I actually felt like it might be averted. I think it's going to be really close.
Well, I hope you're right and I'm wrong.
I mean, regardless, though, I hope if hopefully these ACA subsidies do pass the Senate, because I don't think Democrats are just going to back down.
They're not. They're not going to back down at all.
Yeah. And people are saying the ACA will need to be amended before it passes, and that may be the case too. I think they put it in for 3 years, so maybe it's only like a year extension. I see something getting passed with it, but I was picking up on a delay.
Well, they don't have anything else. The Republicans don't have anything else to replace it.
Right. I don't know. I've been talking about it. It feels like the House is a you know what show this month. I feel like Johnson's job's on the line. You have what's going on in Venezuela. Um, you have the ACA subsidies, government shutdown looming. One of their members just passed away. The other's out. MTG just left, so I think they have a 1-seat majority. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a crap show.
Um,
And I see more and more Republicans starting to stand up against Trump. I do.
So do I. And that brings up a question. You know, I intuit that Preacher Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Grinder himself, oh, did I just say that? Entertainment purposes only, is just hanging by a thread,
Mm-hmm.
his speakership. And my feeling is that I've got a feeling they're going to get rid of him even before the midterms.
I think so too. I feel like he could go down this month.
Oh, okay, good.
I feel like it could be sooner rather than later. Yeah. I'm feeling a lot of energy January, but I think that the whole country is going to be in turmoil for at least like the first half of the year. It feels like things start to calm down and get better like the second half, but the economy, like I said, I feel like Trump's going down. I feel like he's taking everybody with him. You got what's going on in Venezuela, which I think is going to get other adversaries and more conflicts globally because of that. I don't see it turning into World War III, but feels like it gets pretty close. I don't know. It just feels like it's a pretty buckle up, because I feel like it's going to be crazy the next few months.
And the other thing too is in Minneapolis, when I heard Kristi Noem speaking, rather than say this was a tragedy and blah blah blah, then at the end I felt like she was giving some political speech, because at the end then she's blaming Tim Walz, under his administration this and that.
Well, that's what they do. They just blame everybody else.
It has nothing to do with a person who was just tragically killed. It's a bully technique to say, to those of us who might want to go out and march against the unfairness of all this ICE stuff. Well, you better not do it, because this could happen to you too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it's all about intimidation, right?
Absolutely.
What do you feel about Noem? Because I feel her and I feel Kash Patel. I feel they're going to be leaving their positions here soon.
I see them out of their positions. I think Kristi Noem is going to be in a lot of trouble for, abuse of power, obstruction, and also about those commercials and that money and all that stuff that that she wasn't supposed to have. Got it, the legality of it all. Kash Patel for also obstruction of justice and cover up. There's an old saying in Washington. Sometimes it's not the crime that gets you, it's the cover up.
Oh, for sure. And what I find is interesting too. I feel like when Trump goes down, everybody around him, they don't have presidential immunity. So you're going to see massive investigations, probably most of them having some jail time. And another thing I find interesting, I guess Roberts, when he was writing up for the end of the year, said that they're going to start cracking down on all this presidential immunity.
You know what? We're on the same page. Here again, either you're reading my mind or I'm reading yours, because I was just going to say that, scuttlebutt's going around that they're going to crack down on presidential immunity, and they will.
I think so too.
I think they realize they've opened Pandora's box, and it's like, now how do you get the beasties back in? Kristi Noem, when you asked me what I saw for her, one word: jail.
Yeah, an orange jumpsuit.
There you go. And the same with Kash Patel, and the same with Pam Bondi.
I don't think orange will be a very flattering color for her. What do you think? She might look a little frumpy in it.
So just some orange bling on the hat. You know that
Yeah.
hat, that hat she was wearing yesterday. I mean, I'm like, what? I mean, oh my God! And her attitude was so flippant. That's what. Oh my God!
Oh yeah. Like I said, they get off on it. I think I can't wait. Can you imagine how she's going to look when she leaves jail? You know, probably years of not being able to get Botox and fillers and her face all starting to collapse.
Her body's going to look like a mudslide. That's what's going. She's going to, as we say in the South where I come from, she's going to look like 30 miles of bad road.
Since we were talking about Minnesota, and I heard that Tim Walz wasn't running for re-election, how do you feel like he's doing? Do you feel like anything else coming up for him, or any? I don't feel he's stepping down because of any fraud or anything awful that he's done. I feel like he's exhausted, and like really concerned for his family and all of that. His energy feels really sad and defeated right now, is what I was picking up. Not to say he's going to give up, but I think he needs like some rest, is what I'm picking up.
But he's still going to come back. In other words, not for governor, but behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be really doing a lot of work to keep some rogue president from doing doing a lot of work to keep us from electing another rogue president, but to make sure that Trump's wings gets clipped as well.
Yeah.
You know, just like Liz Cheney, she's doing a lot behind the scenes. We just don't hear of it, but she is.
Yeah. I get he's got to rest. Like I feel all of the targeting from Trump and bullying, like he feels tired. Four Swords here. It's like he needs to rest. I think the stress is starting to affect his health a little bit.
I still think he'll do community service. He's just, and I think he wants to step aside and maybe get some younger blood in there too.
It's interesting you say that. That's what my final cards say. Is like Page of Rods, which is like the younger, fiery messenger. This is like my new Democratic Party, and like kind of passing the torch to them.
Well, I can tell you right now, a Republican is not going to win for governor in Minnesota, not after what just happened.
No, I think Klobuchar is going to.
So do I.
Run for governor, and she'll win.
And she's going to be fiery, and she's not going to put up with any BS whatsoever.
Yeah. All right. What do you feel? It's really interesting because I saw that Vance did a press conference today, but we really hadn't heard much from him since the Venezuela stuff. And I actually feel like within the cabinet and everything, I feel like there's like different factions, like some that want Vance to be president and some that want Rubio to be president.
Neither one will be.
Yeah.
Well, if they are, it's not going to last long. And I want to tell you something. After Citolini is gone and the Maybelline Queen has gone, Marco Rubio is going to be dog
in trouble.
I see him in trouble too. He'll try to lie his way out of it, but it won't work.
You know what, though? You could just tell, though, I think part of him, and it's not regret because of people suffering or people dying, it's his own personal gain. I feel like he sees the writing on the wall, and there's massive regret there. He regrets selling his soul to the devil, is what I'm feeling, because of his own political aspirations and dreams just going down the tubes with Trump.
Well, that's karmic, and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
He'll see that. But you know what bothered me is he did it in the press conference with J.D. Vance. I think it was J.D. Vance. Not Marco Rubio, but J.D. Vance. When they asked J.D. Vance about what Governor Tim Walz said in Minnesota, Vance's words were, "I don't care what he said."
What Tim Walz said?
Right.
In Minnesota? Yeah.
Right. When they asked him about the killing in Minnesota and what Walz has said, Vance was like, "I don't care what he said."
Jeez.
You know, and that's, once Trump is gone, J.D. Vance, he has no political career. But
Hmm.
I think you're right about Rubio. He's starting to worry about it. I mean, and then what he's trying to do is defend what they did in Venezuela. Oh, it's not an act of war. We just took somebody out that had done criminal acts against the United States. Okay, so Marco, first of all, you guys said it was fentanyl. Then you said it was cocaine. Now you're saying it's narco terrorism. Where's the narcotics? Where's the cocaine that you supposedly confiscated?
Well, where are those drug charges against him?
That's correct.
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
They don't have any proof. That's why. And if it is, they'll try to manufacture it. But I see whistleblowers coming out saying that evidence was manufactured and it was lies.
What do you feel like Maduro would be released or pardoned then?
Um, I see him once Trump is gone. I see him let go, but Venezuela won't want him back.
He won't go back.
So that he's going to be exiled to another country. Just like when Cambodia fell with Pol Pot. Pol Pot, I don't think, lived in Cambodia. I forgot where he was exiled to. Or
Hmm.
like Idi Amin, the same thing in Uganda. When his regime fell, he lived in exile in some other country. And that's what I see is going to happen to Maduro.
Yeah, I agree. And I love this too. Lisa Foster makes a great point. And now, of course, nobody's talking about the Epstein files, right? I feel
Uh,
like mission accomplished there.
well, this was another wag the dog diversion. Yeah, let's uh, let's create these diversions. Well, not the Minnesota thing, but let's create these diversions because nobody's talking about the Epstein files.
Hmm.
Um,
But
but
they're coming out regardless. So,
well, it's not over. I posted something on my page that says somebody. I just shared the post. It's actually,
mhm.
but here's what it says. It says, what's in those Epstein files? Every time the story gets close to daylight, something else explodes.
Hmm.
Suddenly, nobody's talking about Epstein right now. We're talking about Venezuela. This administration is very good at one thing, and that is changing the subject. And that's Don Lemon, what he said.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I think that that was actually a big motivation for going into Venezuela, besides gas and minerals, right?
Well, right. I think it's a diversion.
It's a distraction.
Right, it's a distraction. Uh, and Trump is making deals with the oil companies for entertainment purposes only. To grease his own palms. Many
I
of the
don't even think the oil companies want anything to do with their oil. They're going to risk their own workers' lives by going down there and trying to do that and put all of this money into infrastructure. I don't see it turning out that way at all.
not going to. You mark my words. There's going to be a coup down there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, it'll
Uh,
be a civil war.
you know, um, and I reposted what somebody had put on. They put up. It says the peregrine falcon is the fastest animal in the world with speeds up to 240 miles an hour, and it isn't even close to how fast MAGA went from America first to we should run Venezuela.
Yeah.
I
But the whole MAGA movement's starting to fracture too. It's not going to all happen at once.
right.
And really, Trump is the glue that is keeping all of the factions of that group together. So when he's gone, it's gonna all split apart.
Right. you know, yeah, Lisa, thank you. It is. It's for right now. It's a diversion, but the Epstein files have not gone away.
I
They're going to come front and center again. The other thing with Venezuela is Jack Smith just testified.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty explosive, and it didn't get the coverage because of the Venezuela thing. But it will get the coverage. It's going to come out front and center as well.
Well, another thing with that too is he was really not able to talk about the classified documents because of Eileen Cannon. I think she has to February, or she had like 60 days to um, allow some of that evidence to be released, and so that Trump can appeal it. But I see somebody going over her, and I see the stuff actually coming out and us being able to talk about some of it, not the highly classified stuff. But I don't feel like that case is over. We're going to be talking about that in the future. And I feel like significant Epstein file stuff continuing to come out. And I actually feel like probably in the next week or two, another massive dump of information.
It's going to come in dribs and drabs. A lot of it's going to be heavily redacted, but I still see the unredacted version coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And with the whole Eileen Cannon thing, Eileen Loose Cannon, she was ordered to release that stuff, right? And if she doesn't do it, who says she has to? Was it Congress or just a higher court?
I don't remember. I think it was a higher court. But I feel like she's going to do whatever she can to delay it.
She is.
Higher court coming in and mandating that they're released. I see them coming out.
She is going to do everything she can do to delay it. But I see, you're right, a higher court saying, but wait, there's really nothing in here that's classified. I see her in deep trouble, and I see her impeached or removed from the bench or sanctioned in some way.
Yeah.
Because of this. It's a cover-up. And Jack Smith testimony, he'll be able to talk a lot more about the stuff that they told him he couldn't talk about.
Yeah, I agree. And I said Jack Smith will be coming back out. I didn't feel like from him going to Congress and testifying that was it. It felt like there was a delay before more things came out. And I see it more so when she has to release those files.
Trump will try some shenanigans against Jack Smith too, but it won't work. What do you think is going to happen with Mark Kelly? Now Hegseth is saying, "Oh, we're going to put him back into active military status so we can court-martial him." But even
all because he told service members that
right.
They don't have to follow unlawful orders. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But, court-martialing him doesn't mean that they find him guilty of anything. It just means to bring to trial. But I don't think there's any military judge or any military lawyer who'd want to take the case, prosecute Mark Kelly. And Mark Kelly will punch back hard, and he already is.
Sorry if you hear my dogs coming up. I feel him being just fine. I actually feel he could very well be in the cabinet of the next administration.
I got a feeling he could end up being vice president.
Okay. I could see it. I could see him also, like, wouldn't it be hilarious if since Hegseth is targeting him so much, if Kelly was actually his replacement?
That would be the best.
I could see him in the Department of Defense.
So could
there
I.
are big things on the horizon for him. The world,
Secretary of Defense,
work paying off, hopes and dreams being fulfilled. I see him being just fine.
So let's take a look at Hegseth. What do you think is going to happen to him? I already know, but I'm just curious what you pick up.
Oh, well, I've always felt, I definitely feel like he's got some jail time ahead of him when Trump's out. But I feel like he's going to be the scapegoat. Trump's going to throw him under the bus to try to save himself.
That's what I think too.
Mm-hmm. Massive investigations into him on multiple fronts. And there's more stuff about them selling our communications and secrets to our adversaries, like that whole Signalgate thing. A lot more information coming out about that, as well as, investigation for war crimes.
He's going to be held responsible for war crimes, right? So will Trump. I mean, but I don't know if he'll be around to see it. But
somebody asked if, it's a good idea if Walt steps down and Klobuchar takes the seat, if he would go to the Senate. But I'm not feeling that.
No, I don't see that. I still see when Klobuchar wins as governor of Minnesota that a Democrat will win her Senate seat. So,
Hmm. Well, I think that they would appoint one. I think
okay. Oh, they would appoint one.
she
That's
just
right.
won. So actually, she might be able to appoint her own replacement. But I really feel like he needs to rest. I feel like all of the stress is affecting Waltz's his health a little bit.
I see a new political party, not MAGA, coming into the fray. That's going to be more based for workers,
Hmm.
uh, more for for real affordable health care, uh, and they're going to gain a lot of popularity. So I see another political party coming in um, that will be very popular.
Yeah. Well, and I feel at some point we'll have a couple different parties. Um, I feel almost like an independent party that's maybe a little bit more conservative financially, but like all about green technology and like a lot of young voters being really interested in them, like a new green party.
Well, did you hear today that Trump wants to increase military spending by trillions? And I don't think they're going to let that happen.
Uh-huh.
Um, so back to what you said, yeah, I see somebody coming in that's going to say, wait a minute, conservative in the way that we're spending money like for the military, it's morbidly obese. Um, George Kelly is going to run for office under the
Who?
Democratic ticket. Um, Kelly Conway's ex-husband, George Kelly, is that his
He's
name?
running for the House.
He's going to win too.
Hmm.
I think he'll win. What do you
Let
think?
me throw a couple cards on it. I feel like it's going to be a close race, though. I don't know if it's in a Republican district because I think he's running as a Democrat. I
He
feel
is.
like it's going to be between him and another man.
I feel like he'll win.
He's got a lot of group work and a lot of support coming in, some money. Oh, and the sun. That's the biggest yes. So I would agree with you. Those are positive cards for him.
Oh, here's a good one. Wow. I'm sorry. I was just backing off a little bit. I was having that vertigo attack, and I was paying
You're
attention.
okay.
But it's past now. So let's see. Um,
We'll only keep it for an hour today.
this is a really good question, I
Yeah.
think.
There's 1.5 million protesters on the street of Iran. The media is not showing it, or only a little. This is a major world event. Where's the media?
Too busy, too busy talking about Venezuela.
I
Uh,
feel like this whole thing, everything going on with Iran, and I do feel like there's going to be conflict with Iran again. Sorry to say, I see that getting escalated, but I feel like they're about ready for like massive regime change in Iran as well.
I see that country just like I see Venezuela in a civil war or near a
Yeah,
civil war. The same in Iran. And the people that are protesting, I don't know what they're protesting about, but I see that theocracy overturned, and I see them putting in more of a democratic government there.
I don't
uh,
know if it's democratic, but I do feel like
it's not going to be a
women will have
theocracy.
more rights than what they have.
It's not going to be a theocracy. I can tell you that right
Yeah.
now.
I had Three of Cups
Uh,
coming out, so it's women celebrating.
Let me check what this is. Let me Google it. What are the protests in Iran, right?
Yeah.
About.
It takes some time to fix things, but because I feel like it's going to be all upside down for a while, and then kind of working hard to
Well,
rebuilding
it
security.
says the authorities are cracking down. It says protesters in Iran face crackdown violence from authorities, but I see those protests intensifying.
Mm.
Uh,
Karen says in Iran, telecom and media was shut down, so maybe that's why we're not seeing into it.
oh, that's why. Well,
Yeah.
this is coming from Dubai, the Associated Press. Nationwide protest in Iran sparked by the Islamic Republic's ailing economy is putting new pressure on the theocracy.
Oh.
Iran is still reeling from a 12-day war launched by Israel in June that saw United States bomb nuclear sites in Iran. economic pressure, which has intensified since September, when the United Nations reimposed sanctions on the country over its atomic program, has sent Iran's currency into a free fall. So people are protesting about the economy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel regime change there too.
I do too.
And I do feel like there's going to be some military intervention on our behalf because I see Israel and Iran starting things back up.
So do I. But I see that people are going to, I see violence there. I see almost like near a civil war.
Mm-hmm. What was it with, was it Saddam Hussein after they overthrew him, them like tearing down statues of him and destroying them? I feel like it's going to be the same thing.
Oh, I can tell you right now, it's going to be an end to Iran's theocracy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here, let's see. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. I see mass demonstrations, bigger demonstrations coming.
Do you also, I also feel like massive protests, not just in Iran or even here, Venezuela, I feel like globally everywhere. That's a big theme for 2026, I feel like power to the people, kind of the people rebelling against their corrupt governments. I feel like it's going to be global. And I don't think in China that they're quite ready for changes, but I don't feel their president is well at all. I feel like his health is
In China?
Is it Xi?
I see a new president there.
I think it might be another year or two, but he's not doing well with the health as well.
And I think it's going to be somebody who's not as heavily communist, the next president. And, you know, at some point, I see a lot sooner than later a president coming to China what Mikhail Gorbachev was to the former Soviet Union. You know, when Mikhail Gorbachev disbanded the Communist Party, that was the end of communism in the Soviet Union. And I see a president coming to China that will do the same thing, disband the Communist Party, and it will be an end to communist rule in China.
Okay.
I
don't see it being a full-blown democracy either, though.
No, I'm not going that far.
It won't be like equal rights or, you
Right.
know, all of that, but it will get somewhat better than what it has been.
Correct. But the protests in Iran are a nationwide anti-government. Anyway, that's what I read. So.
Yeah, I agree. Artist says T wants to call for martial law. That's the point of all of this. Yeah. Do you see if this will happen?
That's exactly why he's trying to do this thing, start wars with, like, in Venezuela or in Greenland, or also what he's trying to do is get people here upset so they'll protest and try to get them to turn violent. And I've been saying this, I've been predicting this for ever since he's been president. He's going to try stuff like here at home to get violence going so he can declare martial law.
Yeah.
Try to, but it won't work. It'll blow up in his face.
I agree. And we've read on this before too.
We did. We both read on it.
And we felt like there was going to be something like that. But that's why also too, you've seen the National Guard and military getting sent to all of these cities. It's like a test to see how far he can push it for the midterms. The thing is, though, you know, I feel like if the president directs the military to go against protesters or American citizens, I feel like that is the line that the military won't cross.
But the Supreme Court just ruled against Trump on him sending National Guard in, you know, for the reasons that he did it. They ruled against him and said he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to incite violence, and will even send in agitators to try to get things violent. right before the presidential election, or it could even be right before the midterms, you're right, to try to do martial law, but it will not work. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. Well, I think that this is all a test to it.
It won't.
I
It
feel
won't.
Trump will be out before midterms, is my feeling. So,
I know Johnson will be.
yeah, I see him coming, leaving here shortly too.
And there's going to be whistleblowers coming out that'll say Johnson was taking orders directly from Trump. And I don't know what they would charge him with. I don't know if it's obstruction, but I see him charged criminally. I really do. And
Charged criminally?
Mike Johnson.
Oh, Johnson. Okay.
Uh, I don't know if it's for obstruction or I don't know what they'll charge him with, but I know he'll be charged criminally because I see whistleblowers coming forward saying they have proof that Trump was instructing Johnson not to bring things to the House floor, not to.
Yeah.
And Johnson.
Is that a crime though?
Exactly. It could be because I don't, some kind of collusion that is criminal. That's what they'll charge him with.
Yeah. Well, and I think also too, my feeling on it is almost, I don't know if treason isn't quite the right charge, but it feels like it's like in line with that.
Yeah, something serious. I mean, all right.
Lisa asked a good question here, and I haven't read on it in a while, but she wants to know if we see Congress and the Senate turning blue in November.
I've been saying it all along in the midterms that that the House and the Senate would change, that they would, there might. I mean, I'm sure that Trump is already talking to Putin about how to deal with the midterms, but it tells me that Trump is really nervous about the midterms because, well, if the Democrats, take the House, they're gonna. If the Democrats, if we don't win, the Democrats are gonna impeach me. Nervous, right?
Even more reason to vote for him, right?
Exactly. So
don't threaten us with a good time. I definitely feel the Congress going blue. I will say with the Senate, I've been feeling more and more optimistic. But I think that one's going to be really close. I go back and forth whether the Senate's going to turn blue or not. But I will say
blue.
The House will be blue, and it might even be blue, or at least maybe we have a change in speaker party lines before even the midterms. It seems like.
But think about it. Trump is already a lame duck president here at home.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the House and the Senate.
Yeah. I did hear that Mary Patola I think there's a lot more signs that she may run for the Senate race in Alaska. So I do feel like there's going to be some competitive red state Senate elections. So I'm feeling more and more optimistic about the Senate, but the House definitely I see blue.
Well, I can tell you right now, if the Senate doesn't go blue, there's a lot of senators, and there's will be a lot of senators that won't go along with Trump's rhetoric. I can tell you that right now.
I see gains for sure, like red to blue, like Susan Collins, like that North Carolina race. I don't remember Tillis. I don't think is running for re-election. I think Roy Cooper is going to win that. It could be like a 50-50 Senate, 50-50, 50-51, or 49-51, something like that.
Maybe what you're saying is it could go blue, but if it takes a tie vote and Vance would vote, then that could still give it a Republican sway.
It'll be close in the Senate, but I've been feeling more and more optimistic. So we'll see what that looks like in 10 months.
I'm still hearing blue though, we'll see.
Did you hear about this? Because I had not heard about this today. Somebody says, what do you gentlemen see about the hacking of the U.S. emailing system news by China today?
I really can't read on them because I've been at my office all day since early this morning. And so I haven't really heard about it. So.
I haven't heard about it either. But you know what? I'm not surprised. China's really upset with with Venezuela. What's going on with there?
Well, how can we say anything about China hacking into our mail system when Trump has just snatched and grabbed a sovereign nation's president?
Yeah.
Albeit Maduro was not the legitimate president, you still don't go in and snatch and grab like that.
Yeah. I'm not really sure. I hadn't heard about this, but to me, what I'm getting from these cards is it's a power grab. And I do feel also, I'm not necessarily picking up war with China, but I do feel we may be feeling some financial repercussions from China because of what Trump just did.
We're going to feel a lot of financial repercussions from China. You know, I'm telling you,
cyber hacking
is going to take a huge dump. We're going to be, and I see inflation. I don't think we'll go into a depression, no. But, you know, stock market is going to be up and down like, you know, like a yo-yo. Inflation.
Prices going way up.
Oh, look at what we're paying at the grocery already.
Yeah, they're going to go up even more.
Right. And then here's the deal. You know, Trump just confiscated a tanker with Venezuelan oil and all of this and that. And, you know, oh, we're running Venezuela. Well, if that's the case, then why are our gas prices going sky high?
Right.
Well,
and it's actually not a good sign if gas prices go down low. It's not a good sign about the market for oil. But I do feel like there's going to be more cyber. To me, it feels more cyber attacks, but some, you know, financial repercussions for us from China.
I agree. Mm-hmm. This is a good one.
In March or April, the Earth's orbit could pass through the tail of 3I Atlas comet with debris and gas particles. Will this have any effect on Earth? I'm not picking that up.
No, we might see some small meteor showers and things like that, but I don't think it's going to have a major effect, not that I can see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be debris because, well, I don't know how far the tails of comets go out too, because I know that the closest it was to Earth was, I think, in December 18th, I think.
Right.
But I do feel like a lot of us are getting a lot of energetic upgrades and downloads because of 3I Atlas. It feels like it's a major part of the shift we're going through right now.
I agree.
Energetically.
We might have touched on this one, Kevin, but I'll put it up.
Is 45 going to throw Noam under the bus and fire her for over lies on video showing the actual truth? I don't feel like Trump's going to fire her for the shooting. But I do see her being fired. To me, it feels more like how she's ran the department and all the overspending is what he's upset with. Is what I'm picking up. Trump could care less about the shooting, unfortunately, as tragic as it is.
All Trump wants to do is create chaos and anarchy so that he can hold on to power.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about constituents. He doesn't care about American people. He just, you know, he might want to get his grubby little hands on Venezuelan oil, but all he cares about is power.
Yeah.
And control.
And money. Yeah.
And money. That's right.
I just want to say thank you for the super chat, Aries Fire. Really appreciate that.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Somebody was saying, where's Vance? I was just saying this. He did have a press conference today, though. And then he ran away at the end of it. I get that he's really upset that Marco Rubio is kind of getting all the attention from him. You want to do like one more question? We've been on for about an hour.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see. This is a good one. Maybe we can take a look at this one.
2025 was a stressful year. Will 2026 be overwhelming for all of us?
Oh, there'll be moments.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? I really feel, even though I think we are going to have changes happening, But changes are never easy and aren't without transition too. So I'm feeling like this is a year for people to stand in their power and kind of speak their truth and fight for what they believe in. Is kind of the energy that I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of fiery energy for this year.
You know, with what happened to Minnesota is going to
Mm-hmm.
coalesce people together to say, even even some MAGAs, even Republicans, even Democrats, to say, wait a minute, we've seen this video. You're
Mm-hmm.
lying. You know, this is a woman who has a child. You know, she was killed. There was no reason for him to shoot her. None.
Yeah.
Zero. You know, I mean, okay, take her out, arrest her. You told her to leave. She was not trying to flee. You know, when the car went forward, that was after he had already shot her in the head. You know, just, you know, uh, if she did something wrong, arrest her. But the video that I saw, I didn't see her doing anything wrong.
She didn't do anything wrong.
She was following their orders. She was trying to leave.
Well, also too, if a masked men just ran up to your car, I don't think I'd be sticking around either. Would you?
Right. Right. I mean, this guy that shot her, I'm telling you, Jonathan, whatever his name is, what was it, Jonathan Ross? Um, I don't know. You know, they might pardon him federally, but I think my feeling is the state of Minnesota is going to press charges against him.
I see some charges there for sure.
And then Trump will threaten to withhold funding to Minnesota.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Anyway, to answer the question though, as fiery and like I said, anger, action, kind of the energy for 2026, I do feel as we get into the second part of the year, things calming down a little bit. But it's going to be really heavy like the next 6 months.
And I hope no more of this senseless killing happens. I got a funny feeling there's going to be more incidents like it.
I do too,
Got
unfortunately.
it wrong.
I do too. But I feel like it's also like people aren't going to put up with it anymore. We've seen
No.
some of the protests last year, and they're just going to get bigger and bigger. People are going to have their voice be heard. People aren't just going to sit back and take it.
Kevin, there's going to be massive protests.
Mm-hmm. Just going to get bigger and bigger.
More frequent, larger, a lot larger, and a lot more frequent. It's like, no, we've had it. And and my feeling is here again, Renee Good is going to be a battle cry for a lot of these protests to stop this BS with ICE.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree. Thank you so much, Natalie. Appreciate the super sticker. But I don't see ICE being disbanded. But when Trump goes down, I feel like their funding is going to be massively cut. And those that, killed people or arrested people illegally or deported them, I do see quite a big, a large amount of the group. They're going to have to answer for what they did.
I see many of them prosecuted for brutality, for I don't know if it's abuse of power, but for overreach, for police brutality, and it's going to come out that a lot of them are Proud Boys, and it's going to come out that many of them were some of those people that Trump pardoned for January the 6th.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
They're all his cronies, right? Like I said, they're literally his own military force.
And I heard somewhere along the line that there was one of the courts said that these ICE agents no longer can wear those masks, and the reason they wear the mask is so they can't be identified.
Yeah. When I think that that's ridiculous. Anyway, I love what Linda says, and I very much see this energy. Get your pitchforks, get your torches ready. Things are changing.
Oh,
that's the energy of 2026.
You know, in all my years, I'll be 72 in March, and I protested in the 60s and 70s, you know, against the Vietnam War and all that.
Yeah.
I never thought would ever see this country coming to where we are now.
Yeah.
But Abraham Lincoln's spirit assures me, it assured me then that justice, that our union will stand, uh, our democracy will stand, um, and justice will prevail. So
I agree. And I really think, as horrible as it is, what our country's going through, and what we're all going through, it's all part of this change that we need so that we can reinvent our constitution and make it stronger, and bring in those necessary rules and regulations, and a total shift to, it needs to expose all the corruption and greed in governments, um, so that we can make it more fair, and not just for the rich billionaires at the top.
I think the key word for this year is going to be accountability, and
Yeah,
and we will see accountability and justice. We'll start to
I
see
agree.
a lot of justice for the right side, by the way, justice for the right side.
Before we wrap up, I T-Rex says that they just saw a Melania commercial for her documentary, and I apologize, but I'm not in control of what YouTube puts for my ads. Um, but I feel bad for anybody that has to watch a commercial for Melania. So
We can't.
I
We,
apologize.
we can control a lot of times how many ads they put up, but we cannot control the ad content. But I find it ironic that they would put an ad for Melania on our channels, considering that we
Our content and what we read on.
correct.
Yeah. Well, while we can still have channels before YouTube just shadow bans us, right?
I don't know if they'll do that. They might try it, but I don't think so. I mean, people would be up in arms.
Well, I can tell you, this last year, my channel, sure, it's grown some, but I can tell that YouTube is definitely affecting the algorithms for my channel and unsubscribing people too.
Um, um, I've had issues with unsubscribed as well. But you know what?
Censoring our content.
As long as we have a platform, I will continue to do my work.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Absolutely.
But if they try shenanigans, as there's going to be another social platform that will be equally as popular.
Well, and that's why I asked too, for everybody watching. We really appreciate any support. Just hitting the thumbs up. The subscription counts. Leave a positive comment after the video post. It all helps with that YouTube
It
algorithm.
really does. It absolutely does. All right, Kevin. Next week, your channel, my friend.
Next week, your channel.
Oh,
You're
my
on my channel tonight.
Uh,
You're all good. You rest up, my friend.
What? It's kind of the same show. Just we alternate channels every week. So.
Well, I look forward to it. I've missed our collaborations with the holidays and all that, so it's good to be back. I look forward to talking more about Gettysburg and getting that planned. And
That's going to be fun.
be on your channel next week. And when we're promoting the Gettysburg event, we'll have to do a couple fun shows. Maybe we'll talk about ghost stories or paranormal experiences, all of that. So
I've got some good ghost stories.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right, my friend.
All right, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you all so much for the support. Sending you a lot of love and well wishes, and we'll see you soon.